Ladies and gentlemen, I slept late because I stayed up late. And then I woke up, and the people who siphon my views, I could feel them being like, hey, dude, we need to make more videos. But the new Leo moon energy was so good, I've just been sitting here laying in it. But then I felt the holograms of Selena and Billy grab me and hold on tight for dear life. And then Taylor's hologram piled on, so here I am. Let's get talking about the weather. And hey, let's all take a break from negativity for a week. Can you handle that? Are you next level cool? All right. Please remember, this is not a forecast. We are just looking at the situation leading up to the August 20th period that me and Cranky Weather Guy and pretty much the whole weather Twitter team have been warning everybody about for over like 6 weeks now. This is not a forecast, but it is a dang hot summer, which means most people are kind of agitated. And I'm going to be talking about heat and hurricanes, and I'm going to be showing models that are outside of the prescribed model range showing or whatever. Am I making sense? The war is over. All right. Come on, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Okay. Now, a lot of people think you shouldn't share models outside of like 3 days or 5 days or 7 days. But this is Asteroid Fight Club. You guys are the smartest of the smart and the coolest of the cool. So you can handle all the patterns and shapes and sizes and possibilities and probabilities that we will be looking at, right? Okay, great. And so technically how it usually works is I go to the high side where I say, hey, everybody, we need to be prepared for like 2 landfalling major hurricanes in a week and in a short amount of time. And then like Cranky tends to give out the great information, but likes to prepare people to the low side, like whatever we're going to get hit by is not even going to be a verifiable hurricane. It'll probably just have sustained 50 to 55 mile per hour winds, but for whatever reason, they'll call it a hurricane anyways. Was I talking about? I don't know. Too much of my ego is in this video, and I apologize for that. I'm recalibrating to the new Leo moon. And so this is last night's 00Z CMC, Canadian Music Factory. And this shows 2 landfalling hurricanes in about 4 or 5 days away from each other around the same spot. So much so that Hurricane Man, who was stationed in Mississippi, Josh Morgerman, wouldn't have to drive that far because it would be like the hurricanes would be coming to him. And so the trend and pattern that we have seen in 2020, and those are important to pay attention to, is that the atmospheric defense team does everything it can to keep the hurricanes from developing. But with the hurricane we saw hit Texas and the hurricane we saw hit North Carolina, they develop into strong Category 1 hurricane status before landfall, and then actually do some damage even over land. So we'll be paying attention to that, man. That's what we're kind of looking out for now. And so this is last night's 00Z King Euro, showed a hurricane about the same spot in about 10 days. And this is today's 12Z Euro, which shows that the atmospheric defense team / prayer warrior / Asteroid Fight Club is still doing their best to play defense for everyone as possible. So I appreciate and I thank everybody out there who is playing defense, who is staying cool, and who is helping everyone keep it together. Now, the GFS is showing some type of development coming from the CAG area that I think would lead to a Crystal River, Florida hit. But remember, now the GFS isn't showing any type of major cyclonic development over the next 10 days. But the GFS missed on the hurricane that hit Texas up into the point it pretty much hit Texas. So now we are looking at the new Canadian model. Oh, this video is dedicated to Billy, Selena, and Taylor. Whether or not that gets me in trouble or not. Anyway, so it's basically we're weighing, if you're new here, we're weighing worst case scenarios versus best case scenarios. Best case scenario, we don't get hit by any type of hurricane all summer. We just get some tropical storms that bring rain, rainbows, and happiness and joy to people. But 2020 has been kind of a bitch, bro, and a lot of people are dying. You know, if you throw away all the stats, I believe it is anywhere from, if I read the stats correctly, 6 to 10% of the average deaths in America are up, no matter what you call them. no matter what caused them. Like 6% more Americans are dying this year. And I can feel it. I don't know if you can feel that, but it's true. Technically, we've been losing a lot of people since 2015. And so we definitely need to be prepared for 2 to 3 landfalling hurricanes over the next 3 weeks. God forbid, but it's possible. Is it probable? We'll see. So yeah, the guys who tell you not to look at many model runs outside of 3 days or outside of 5 days tend to make fun of all model runs after 3 days or after 5 days. But Cranky Weather Guy and I and the whole Weather Twitter team have talked about the post-August 20th period for a long, long time. So, the model runs are like a shell game, man. You got so many to choose from, and none of them are totally right. So you're kind of just watching and paying attention. But we have pretty much the majority of all models at some point in time are hinting at 2 possible tropical storms, hurricanes, or cyclones threatening the United States of America, anywhere from South Texas to Louisiana to Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and possibly even the East Coast. Although right now we're definitely looking at more of a South Carolina to Florida to the Gulf range. But we are seeing, remember, this is the one that comes out of the CAG is the one that I think would come in here. What strength it would be, nobody knows. If it shoots the gap, it definitely would have enough environmental stuff to intensify. Though they got a bunch of, the atmospheric defense team is firing off Saharan dust off of Africa to help inhibit intensification. And then hopefully wind shear will help play a game to keep the low separated from the convection. But it's 2020, so what we do is we prepare for the worst and we pray for the best, and that is how it goes. But no, I do not think the idea of having 2 hurricanes in the Gulf around the same time that might be landfalling is funny. And I think it is definitely possible. Am I saying that's going to happen? No, but I am saying you should definitely be prepared for it at some point in time because we are in a pandemic. So if ding dong dang, we have a category 3 bearing down near you and your family with 72 hours to go, you better have a plan. And as I've always said, if it is a category 3 or higher, I don't care how long you've lived in that spot, I would not be there to greet it, if you had a choice. But you do you, man. I'm just trying to do the best planetary defense commandering I can do. Now we are watching the icon, and so everything is anywhere within 5 to 12 days inbound. So we are 3 days out from our August 20th ding, 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 dong fashion, and I have been warning about this, as have many people, for over 6 weeks. And so now is the time for your last-minute preparations and prayers and atmospheric defensoring, because it is definitely going to be interesting. It is going to stay interesting. And yeah, I think we're going to be dealing with the 2 storms rolling off of probably the CAG area and possibly 2 of them coming out of the Atlantic. You definitely don't want the dog dong anywhere near you. This thing, so we got 2 areas that we are watching. These are the 2 storms. And so let's get ready. And if one gets curved out to sea, I definitely think one is headed somewhere in danger areas. So hopefully, hopefully they will come in as very sloppy tropical storms that Cranky gets to make fun of for a couple of days, while also giving everybody great information on what's going to happen and where it's going to go and what the wind speeds are going to be in the rain and the things like that. But this area definitely needs to be paying attention for the middle one. And how hot is it? Well, supposedly they recorded what could be possibly the warmest temperature ever on Earth in Death Valley. So that's a sign. And all those at least 4 of the fires that have broken out in California looked exactly like volcanoes, although they say they're not volcanoes. And the 130 record in Death Valley pretty much broke the one that was in 1913, which is the last time California had a volcano eruption that everybody agreed was a volcano eruption. Was it talking about? And with all the planets pretty much bunched up on the same side of the sun, although Mercury's leading the way for the other direction. But definitely the gas giants. We are definitely on the lookout for volcano eruptions, earthquake eruptions, weird weather on Earth, and mental imbalances in people and civilization. So yeah, it's not a forecast, but the models last night said that over the next 7 days, pretty much all of the non-peninsula, panhandle, whatever you want to call it, in Florida, this thing, everybody in Florida is going to get a whole ton of rain. So if this whole area got anywhere from 3 to 9 inches of rain over a short period of time, that would cause major problems. Okay, so I'm going to try and recalibrate so I can talk all good and fancy and super and stuff. And I want you guys to stay cool, be cool, and get ready because it's going to be wild. Let's prepare for the worst and pray for the best and work together as a team and take a week break from negativity. All right? Stay cool. God bless everyone.